Tim Hunter. 815 games in the National Hockey League and an assistant coach from 97 to, 13 with the Capital Sharks and Leafs and Capitals. And we got to know him in Moose Jaw. Tim, he's back home. How you doing, Timbo?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Good. Always good to chat hockey with you. And I got to ask you, the easy and early question is, who's won this trade, Tim? How would you answer that?
Well, I would say if Eichel plays soon, probably the Vegas Golden Knights. And then long term, it'll be on what kind of player Peyton Krebs and the first round pick turn out to be. But, a good trade's even for both teams. And I'm sure that's what they came to. Buffalo believing that Krebs, Tuck getting in the lineup right away, and then the first round pick and the third round pick are going to be players of the future, and that's where they're going. And Vegas is all in now. So obviously, trading another one of their first round picks to try to win a Stanley Cup, that's the route they're taking. And but it's going to all depend on the health of Eichel. He's a very special player. They don't come around very often, and when you want one, you have to step to the plate. And obviously, Vegas did that today.
$10 million a year for Eichel. They're mentioning him in the stratosphere statistically of McDavid and Marner. Some are saying he's overpaid. He's actually more in the Kyle Connor stratosphere. That's what our viewers in Winnipeg are saying. You've seen him live and up close. Is he that franchise guy and could be the face of the franchise in Vegas?
Oh, no question. And like I mentioned earlier, special player. He does special things on the ice. You don't see that very often. And, obviously Connor McDavid is probably the top of the class right now in that regard because he can do everything at 100 miles an hour. Sidney Crosby was probably that player in the past. He's moving away from that. Now these young guys are taking over. But Eichel and McDavid 1-2 in the draft in 2015. Special players go in those positions.
You, Tim, have done business with and against Kelly McCrimmon in the days in the Western Hockey League. Here's my thing. The Vegas fans that are friends of mine are saying Buffalo fleeced him, Crim's off his rocker. I'm like, Kelly doesn't get fleeced. That's the thing. The Vegas will always be in contention, just like the Brandon Wheat Kings were in Kelly's time. Do you see any similarities there? Can you run an NHL team like he did in Brandon, same way, and be successful? It appears like they are.
Well, yeah, he's very astute, very smart guy. And George McPhee, as the president, they're very, very smart guys. And but in the end of the day, when you make deals, you're dealing with another individual that has to get the best for his team too. And Kevin Adams, I think he's done a great job of getting what he could for for some reason or another along the way. Eichel just didn't seem to fit. Wasn't going to be the future. And they're moving in another direction. And, people always say, well, the people that get the best player in the trade win. But like I mentioned in the beginning, depends on what kind of player Krebs turns out to be. And then the wild card is that first round pick in 2022.
Way, way, way too early, of course, to declare a winner, of course. But shoot, it's fun to talk about. And you coached against Krebs, too. What do you think his potential is in the National Hockey League as a 17th overall pick, first rounder, and a World Junior vet?
Yeah, again, I don't think he has the special skills that Eichel and McDavid have, but he's very close. And, you're splitting hairs. But, on a very good team, he's the number one center, and he's going to put 80 points up, 75, 80 points, which is pretty darn good. So, I'm a big fan of his. He was a real good player on a not-so-great team in his early days, and he just got better and better and better as he went along, and he's going to continue to do that. So, big fan. It's a fresh start, a young guy. You look at their history. They've Glass, Suzuki, now Krebs. I think it's the other player, Brandstrom, if I believe. So you didn't have much of a chance as a first-round pick to play in Las Vegas.
Yeah, no kidding. Tim, loving talking hockey with you. The Oilers won last night to go to 8-1. Their best start since 85-86. A year that you guys went to the Stanley Cup final against Montreal. Can you talk about these Alberta teams? And we expected this from the Oilers. Did you expect the Flames to be getting hot like they have to this degree?
Well, they've gotten two things. They've gotten good defense from their whole group, which is a Daryl Sutter hallmark, is play hard defensively and try to capitalize on your scoring chances. Markstrom's been great. I watched them play live the other night against Nashville. I went for two reasons: for Terry Crisp's retirement, to watch Tanner Jeannot play. And I got to see his parents and watch him play live, so it was a thrill. And then Edmonton is a team that has a little bit more talent, and they're relying a little bit more on the top guys than Calgary does. So they beat Nashville, who played the night before in Calgary, pretty handily. And their goalie Soros was unbelievable here in Calgary. But Edmonton might have a little bit more firepower, but Calgary's going to win by committee. I think, obviously they were mentioned to be in the Eichel trade, in the Eichel sweepstakes, and because they're probably looking for a little bit more of a finisher. But it's about committee for Calgary and about the top guys in Edmonton.
Last one for you, Tim. Can you please confirm that Tanner Jeannot is a better National Hockey League player than a junior player? And he was a pretty darn good junior player. But he's doing more special things in Nashville even than he did in Moose Jaw, for Pride of Oxbow, Saskatchewan.
Yeah, he's been able to score, which, I thought he would be a good contributor in the NHL one day if he kept working on his game and his skating, and he's done that. But he's putting a few points up. He's getting scoring chances. He had 3 or 4 shots on net the other night. But he does what every coach loves. He works on both sides of the puck. He plays physical. He knows the real details of the game of when to chip a puck and when to make a play. You teach him and let him develop through that atmosphere where he learns when to do it and when not. You don't tell him when to do it and when not to do it. You let him learn, and he did a heck of a job in Moose Jaw, learning his way through the game and playing instinctively. And now he's doing that in the NHL, and it's a wonderful thing to watch.
Is it ever? Well, kudos for your involvement in his progression. Tim, always good to chat hockey with you. Glad to have you home, and I'm sure we'll see you in a rink soon.
Yeah, thanks, Rod. Great talking to you. Have a great day.
Tim Hunter, Stanley Cup champion, joining us from the lake.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching the RP Show on YouTube. And don't forget, we're live daily on YouTube from noon to 2 Eastern. If you like what you see, hit subscribe. And if you like the program, check around for other segments of The Rod Pedersen Show here on YouTube.